Hey guys, Christina Regine here. Today we're making a Thanksgiving turkey. I'm also going to show how to clean a turkey as well as how I season it and my favorite stuffing recipe. I always start by rinsing down my turkey with vinegar, leaving it in the vinegar for about 30 seconds to a minute, and then I rinse it with tap water while rubbing it down. And here you can see I'm just scrubbing the inside of the turkey with a lime. Of course, you can use a lemon as well. I'm also going to rub the outside of the turkey just to make sure everything is well cleaned. So once I'm done cleaning the inside of the turkey, I'm going to go ahead and move on to another slice of lime and rub the outside of the turkey with it. So I'm going to flip the turkey over onto its chest or front or belly, whatever you want to call it. And I'm just going to rub down the back of it. Just squeeze some of the juice on top of the surface of the turkey and then go ahead and rub it just to make sure that you get all that acid on it to make sure that everything gets nice and clean. I'm also getting the legs of the turkey and the wings and under the wings, like its armpit or whatever. I'm just turning the turkey over slightly just to make sure I get the other leg and wing of it. Cleaning the turkey elbow. Cleaning the turkey shoulder. Now I'm going to flip it onto its back so I can go ahead and clean the front of it. Give the leg a good scrub too, on the outside of it as well as the inside of it. Now cleaning the other leg. Just make sure you're paying good attention to both sides of the turkey, or really all sides of it, as you are cleaning it. Now with a clean paper towel, I'm just patting dry the turkey on every part. Make sure you dry your turkey well, like both on the chest and on its back, the legs, the wings, every part of it. You just want to make sure that the turkey can hold on to the seasoning well, because if your turkey is still a little bit wet after you cleaned it, your turkey might not be able to hold on to whatever you put on it. So make sure you pat it dry. Also, make sure to drain out any other excess water that might still remain in the container or pan that the turkey was in as you were cleaning it. Now I'm going to create a seasoning for the inside of the turkey. So I'm actually going to put all these vegetables and herbs into a blender or food processor. And this is going to go on the inside of the turkey. So to it, I am also going to add some dry seasonings. As you can see, here are the vegetables in the food processor. So then I'm just going to get some salt, black pepper, some cloves, as well as some all-purpose seasoning. You can use whatever all-purpose seasoning you like. It's your choice. I'm also going to add some cayenne pepper to this mixture, and I'm going to combine everything. Don't worry about the whole cloves. You can use ground or whole. It's going to go down into the food processor anyway, so don't worry. Anyway, I'm adding some lime juice to it as well as some olive oil. I'm going to stir that up, And yes, I know this looks like a lot of seasoning, but you can keep the rest of this in the fridge for future use. You can use it in meat, seafood, rice, or pasta, whatever you like. This is a really good seasoning mix called Epis, and I promise it goes well on pretty much anything you put it on. Anyway, I only scooped up about 3 tablespoons of it to use on my turkey. I have a 15-pound turkey, so I really don't have to use that much seasoning, especially since it's only going on the inside of it. Now I am preparing a seasoning for the outside of the turkey. I have some more all-purpose seasoning as well as some onion powder, garlic powder, salt, black pepper, ground cloves, and cayenne pepper. And to it, I am adding some hot sauce of my choice. It can be whatever hot sauce you like. And I'm going to add 6 tablespoons of olive oil just to make it like a paste. Now, here's something you can do as an alternative. You do not have to mix the hot sauce and the olive oil into these dry seasonings. What you can do instead is simply brush your turkey with the hot sauce, if you're using it, and the olive oil. And then you can use the seasonings dry. Just mix the dry seasonings together and then sprinkle them on top of your turkey. So I actually went with the first option of doing like a paste for the turkey, but it's completely up to you. Whichever method you prefer is totally fine. Now I am using the Epis seasoning to season the inside of the turkey. Make sure you get every part of the inside, every nook and cranny. So do it through this end of the turkey as well as through the top end where the neck is. So you'll see that I'm also going to get the other side, and I'm also going to make sure that some of the inside skin is also well seasoned. Now, if you need to, you can definitely use more Epis to season your turkey, especially if you have a much larger turkey than I do, because mine is only 15 pounds and I'm using 3 tablespoons of it. So that's like 1 tablespoon of Epis for every 5 pounds of turkey. But if you want to use more, you can use more, and it's totally up to you. So just make sure that everything's well seasoned and you'll be good to go. Now I am using the seasoning that I made for the outside of the turkey, and I'm just going to rub it or pat it onto the surface of the turkey. To be honest, it might be easier to use a rubber spatula to spread the seasoning over the turkey. I'm using my hands here, but really just go ahead and use whatever method is best for you. And as mentioned earlier, if you rather use a dry seasoning on the turkey, go ahead and do that. Just make sure that your turkey is well coated with olive oil, just to make sure it comes out nice and moist. And if you want, also add some hot sauce to it as well. And then you can go and add your dry seasonings on top of the turkey after you are done brushing it with olive oil. Now I'm going to make a butter mixture for the turkey, but it's not only going to be for the turkey, it will be for the stuffing as well. So you're only going to use half of this mixture for the turkey and the other half for the stuffing. So to our 2 sticks of softened butter, we are adding half a tablespoon of onion powder, half a teaspoon of garlic powder, some rosemary, some thyme, parsley, black pepper. Combine the mixture, and I probably did not mention that the butter is salted. Yeah, anyway, you don't want your butter to be melted. You want it to just be softened, because we need to actually smooth this butter under the skin of the turkey. So as you can see, I stuck my hand underneath the skin, and I'm just rubbing the butter all over the meat as well as under the skin. The reason why I'm doing this is because you want your turkey to be really juicy and flavorful, and using this method really helps with that. Now I'm going to make my stuffing. Here you have two options. You can use the ingredients you see here as the stuffing for your turkey, so simply a vegetable stuffing, or you can combine this with the other ingredients that I am about to show you. So here I have celery, carrots, onions, garlic, as well as some rosemary, thyme, and parsley. I'm going to go ahead and season all this. So I am adding onion powder, garlic powder, some dried oregano, dried basil. I'm adding olive oil, some black pepper, a pinch of salt, and I'm also going to put in my fresh rosemary and my fresh thyme that you saw in the bowl earlier, and I'm just going to mix everything up. And I did add my fresh parsley to this as well, but I forgot to show that. So now that we're done with the vegetable part of our stuffing, we're going to go on to this part. So here you can see I have my butter mixture that I made for the turkey earlier. This is just the second half of it that will go into the stuffing. I also have some mushrooms, bell peppers, bacon, and sausage. Just so you know, the sausage and bacon can be of any kind that you prefer, whether turkey or pork bacon, or turkey, pork, or beef sausage, whatever you like, it's up to you. So now I'm just going to add the butter to a large pot, and I'm just going to let that melt. And I have my heat set to medium. Once the butter has completely melted and is sizzling in the pot, I'm going to go ahead and add the bacon to it. So now I am adding the bacon to the pot. Make sure that the bacon doesn't fully cook while it's in there, because remember, we are going to stuff our turkey with this, and given that the bacon is going to cook more while it is in the oven anyway, you don't want to overcook it in the pot. Now I am adding the sausage to the pot. Make sure you break it up well while you're cooking it. You also don't want your sausage to overcook in the pot either. Just cook it a little bit, because once again, it's going to go inside the turkey in the oven, so it's going to cook more anyway. Once you are done cooking the meat, go ahead and transfer it to a separate bowl. Do not collect any of the juices as you are collecting the meat, because we will use these juices to cook the vegetables, mushrooms, and bell peppers. So as you are picking up the meat, just make sure you do not pick up any of the oil with it. Now I'm going to add my bowl of vegetables to the pot. Just stir them up with the juices inside the pot, making sure that they are well coated with those juices. You do not need to cook the vegetables completely, because they will continue to cook in the oven while they are stuffed inside of the turkey. Now I'm just collecting my vegetables and putting them in that bowl that contains the meat. And then once I am done with that, I will add my mushrooms and bell peppers to the pot. Once again, make sure you do not take any of the juices out of the pot as you're collecting your vegetables, because we still need them for the bell peppers and mushrooms. So as you can see, I am mixing up the mushrooms and bell peppers in the pot. I am doing this at low heat for no more than 2 minutes, because I don't want my bell peppers and mushrooms to overcook. So once I'm done with that, I am adding them to the bowl. So once I am done with this part of my stuffing, I'm going to go ahead and move on to the bread part of the stuffing. So to every cup of water, I add a tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce, or Worcestershire sauce, or whatever you call it, sauce. And I'm going to add that to the pot, and I'm going to cook my stuffing in there. So you're gonna go ahead and cook your stuffing as directed if you are using boxed or bagged stuffing, or you could use 2 loaves of bread, chop it up into chunks, and use that as well. Add the cooked stuffing to the bowl, combine everything in the bowl really well, and then we can go ahead and pull our turkey back out. And now that our mixture is done, we can go ahead and stuff our turkey with it. You want to stuff your turkey to the point where it is almost spilling out towards the tail. If you have too much stuffing and you're unable to stuff your turkey with all of it, you can simply just get a separate baking dish and make a separate dish of the stuffing alone. Once I finished stuffing the turkey, I went ahead and tied the wings as well as the legs just to make sure that the turkey cooks evenly while it's in the oven. Now, as for how long to cook the turkey, that is definitely not something that anyone can tell you because that is completely dependent on the size of your turkey. So please cook it according to the instructions given on the packaging of your turkey. What you should do is make sure that as you are cooking the turkey, leave it covered for the first half of cook time. Then, when you take it out of the oven, take the juices out from it and put it in a saucepan along with the giblets, gizzard, and all the other insides of the turkey. Then, put the turkey back in the oven, this time uncovered, for the second half of cook time. This is to make sure that your turkey comes out juicy and moist with a nice color when it is done cooking. And the juices that you removed from the turkey will be used to make the gravy or sauce. For example, my turkey is supposed to be cooked for 3 hours according to the instructions on the packaging. So for the first hour and a half, I cooked it covered, making sure that it is well sealed and airtight to keep all of the moisture inside of it. Then, at the second hour and a half of cook time, I uncovered the turkey to make sure that it will have a nice, beautiful color once it is done cooking. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please comment, like, and subscribe for more videos like this. And also follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Christina Regine Cooks. Thank you once again, and I hope to see you next time in the next video. Bye!